This is a huge deal. A 19-year-old young woman having an abortion with her very public relationship and then being forced to go back out on tour.
Justin Timberlake and his team of lawyers are trying to figure out what to do because Britney Spears' book is coming out and it's not looking good for Justin.
Do I see Justin Timberlake addressing any of this? No, I don't. But I do wonder what other kind of bombshells is she gonna drop in this book?
Now you want some, can't get me out your head, but baby, I'ma leave you on. My loneliness is killing me. Oh wait, no, wrong song. Oops, I did it again. Didn't I realize that everyone sucks? Ooh, baby, baby. Hello and welcome to Here for the Chaos, episode 15. I mean, truly, had a lash threaten to come out. Truly, we're doing amazing, sweetie. I am your host, Lilac. As you can see, I've come in my favorite color, ready to go and fight for Britney. It even has little finger gloves so I can fight for Britney. Pew pew! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stream my music. Ow. Oh, ripped off a scab. Got the green screen to work. I had to place my camera so precariously, it's actually a little ridiculous. If this is blurry, I'm not touching it because this whole bitch will topple down. Today we're going to talk about Britney Spears, and also at the very end we're going to have a very tiny sliver of the video to discuss Doja Cat. It's so sad because her music is so good, but I can no longer support. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. She's done enough. I'm over it. I'm over it. We're just gonna get right into it because this Britney Spears situation with her new book coming out is a whole ass mess, genuinely. I have loved Britney Spears since forever. I loved, obviously, the popular bangers. When the taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. You're toxic, I'm slipping under. That song's written about everybody in her life. But honestly, one of my favorite songs from her was Don't Go Knocking on My Door. Gotta stay away for sure. You say you miss me like crazy now, but I ain't buying that. You better get off of my back. Also written for everyone she knows. I'm looking at you, Justin, Jamie, whatever her mom's name is. I think it's also Jamie. I think everybody's name is Jamie. Kevin. Who else? I feel like I miss Luann Taylor. And Sam Asghari. Truly, this situation reminds me of what's happening with Lil Tay. It just feels like everyone around Britney is exploitative, and it makes me really sad because she's so talented and she did not deserve this. Britney Spears was placed in a conservatorship by her father, Jamie, in 2008 in February. Actually, my birthday month. I am so sorry, girl. The Aquariuses would not have wanted that for you. And during this time, she wasn't able to really make any decisions for herself. Her money was taken over by her crooked ass father, and she wasn't able to make decisions about what she wore, what she performed, how she performed it, where she performed it. They would even put her in inpatient mental health programs in hospitals involuntarily, saying that she was not stable, when in reality they just wanted control and they didn't like when she said no. It was truly horrifying and fucked up. She just now got out of that, and we love that for her. After the conservatorship, Britney has been very vocal about what she's went through because during that time she really wasn't able to. Britney has just been through so much, from getting slandered by the media to dealing with her stupid ass family. She's just truly been through it. Recently, Britney Spears has been spilling the absolute tea, and she's spilling it on none other than Justin Timberlake, or the Lake as he wanted everyone to call him. So for those of you who don't know, Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake dated, and I'm sure if y'all didn't know they dated, y'all would know about the Canadian, what is it called, the Canadian tuxedo, when they wore all denim. And let me tell you, Justin, you look like trash, okay, but she looks snatched. It's giving, everything is giving. Britney has been stunting on you hoes from birth, and y'all mad and y'all jealous because y'all ugly inside now. So let's get into why Britney Spears is coming for Justin Timberlake. In this new book, she is telling all, well, as much as she can tell, because it's already been revealed the book was originally supposed to be over 300 pages and it's been cut down to under 300 pages.
Everybody's waiting to see this book, but this book originally was supposed to be 320 pages. The final book is only 288 pages. And I'll tell you, as a person who's published a book, they always want more. They're like, actually, we want you to write another chapter. So the fact that they've taken away pages, this is just making me think, well, if this made the book, what didn't make the book?
So there's got to be some censorship still happening, which is ridiculously infuriating. This woman has been censored enough. Let her be. Let her dance with knives. Let her do what she wants to do. So Justin Timberlake, also a singer, whatever, pretty much piggybacked off her success in my opinion. He's had his own controversies, including revealing Janet Jackson's boob. And Janet Jackson got blamed for that. And it's like, you're literally blaming her for getting her boob whipped out. Like what? But you'll see as I go into the story, that's a pattern that happens a lot. The women get blamed a lot. This People article says, Britney Spears reveals she had an abortion because Justin Timberlake didn't want to be a father. So this is what she's coming out and revealing that has the world in shambles. The pop icon will release her memoir, The Woman in Me, love that title, on October 24th. Oh, that's coming up. That's my boyfriend's birthday, girl. He gonna have to get me a gift on his birthday. He's gonna have to give me this book, or I'm gonna have to gift it to him and then take it. And the picture is gorgeous. Britney Spears is sharing a painful experience she's kept private for 20 years. In her upcoming memoir, The Woman in Me, the pop icon reveals that when she dated Justin Timberlake, she became pregnant with his baby, but had an abortion. People confirms. It was a surprise, but for me, it wasn't a tragedy. I loved Justin so much. I always expected us to have a family together one day. This would just be much earlier than I'd anticipated. Spears, now 41, writes of the pregnancy in the book, but Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. He said we weren't ready to have a baby in our lives and that we were way too young. A rep for Timberlake did not immediately respond to People's request for comment. Wonder why. She writes in the book, if it had been left up to me alone, I never would have done it, and yet Justin was so sure he didn't want to be a father. Spears writes of her experience undergoing the abortion. To this day, it's one of the most agonizing things I have ever experienced in my life. Now, that's obviously a tough read, especially because it sounds like she was forced into this decision and she didn't want to. One of the things I look forward to the most in my future is having a baby. And I can't imagine finally getting the chance to do that with someone that I think I'm in love with. And they're like, you need to get rid of it. Not only is so hard on your body, but the mental toll that would take, I feel so bad for her. I really do. She's just been through way too much. Way too much. BuzzFeed also posted Justin Timberlake played guitar as Britney Spears sobbed post-abortion, which, by the way, after this event occurred, Britney Spears came out with a song called Every Time. There was a scene that people are now looking back thinking that she made it about her abortion, which makes that video just so intensely sad. And around the same time, what was Justin Timberlake doing? Writing Cry Me a River about Britney, insinuating that she's cheating and unfaithful and all this stuff while she just had an abortion and was so devastated. You're writing Cry Me a River? I really used to like that song too, but now that I know what it's about, Justin, you can cry us a river. You even put a Britney lookalike in the video and everything, had no shame, knowing what she's been through, knowing the abuse she went through, knowing that she wanted this baby and was going through it. You said cry me a river. And that was something really common with him in the media. He would say things in a way where he came off like a goody two shoes, little mama's boy, very charming, and he would frame things against Britney. And not only would he do it, but the media, anytime there was a problem with the couple, would blame her. I'm sorry, were y'all not just listening to her on the ride to work, you stupid asses?
After years and years and years of rumors swirling, Britney Spears admits she did indeed cheat on Justin Timberlake with choreographer Wade Robson, but it was nothing more than a kiss and took place after she found out Justin had already cheated.
It truly saddens me. The older I get and the more I realize what she actually went through. It's something no one should ever have to experience, the amount of trauma this woman has been through. Oh God, the statements that I keep wanting to say Justin Bieber. He's saying that her writing about the abortion could damage his legacy. Bitch, nobody cares about you. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Nobody cares. Obviously, the world is not on Justin's side, and everybody feels so bad for her. But it gets worse because Justin Timberlake has recently responded, and you know it's bad. And you know it's This Us Weekly article states, and I'm going to read this in my bullshittery voice because that's what it is. Justin Timberlake is trying to distance himself from Britney Spears' memoir. Yeah, I fucking bet you are, because you look like a piece of shit. You look like the piece of shit you were. You look like the same piece of shit that outed Britney in the media saying you fucked her when everybody was trying to preserve her image. Everyone was so concerned about this teenager's virginity. She got asked about it so much, and then he went on the radio and was like, oh yeah, I fucked her. And a plethora of other things that if I can find the videos, I will insert.
You're not going to have sex before your marriage.
Right.
Is that a standard that is hard to live up to?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm 18 and I have so much of my life to go look forward to, you know, and it's just I really haven't found that right person.
But you hope that you'll remain a virgin until you get married.
Yeah, my mom always told me once you have sex with a guy that, you know, you're with or whatever, it's like so many more emotions are involved and everything gets like, you know, crazy and twisted.
I'm just wondering how you feel about all the constant speculation about your virginity and whether you are a virgin or not.
I really wish I would have never said anything to begin with, because I'm kind of stuck in this little place where people are always asking me. But, you know, that's just something that's part of growing up, and that's just something that we all have to deal with, so.
Have there been any changes on that front?
That's a personal question.
There's one subject we didn't discuss. What was that? Everyone's talking about it.
What?
Well, your breasts.
My breasts.
You seem to get furious when a talk show host comes up with this subject. Okay, in general, what do you think about breast implants? Just in general.
Well, I think if that's what you want to do and that would make you happy, then I see nothing wrong with it. But I haven't done that. But I think it's sad that people, you know, think I've done that because that makes them want to go out. And, you know, some of the fans that look up to me, they either think bad of me or they may want to go out and do that. But that's not my fault because the press started that. But
exactly.
If you want to do that, that's fine. But I personally wouldn't do that. So.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, there's one more. Oh, yeah, the one about my boobs being fake. That is just ridiculous. I mean, come on. I'm 18, and I'm still growing, you know? Okay. Anyway, we got a great show for you, so stick around, we'll be right back.
Did you Britney Spears? Yes or no?
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, I did it. No.
The world has long been full of Madonna wannabes, and I might have even dated a couple.
As reported by People, Timberlake is happy and in a great place. He's happy at home with Jess and their kids, and he's focusing on new music. Keep it, throw it in the trash, we don't care. He's in such a great place, a source cited. So he's basically like, boo, do you have to talk about your trauma? Like, I'm happy now, hello. That was a million years ago. What, a million years ago for you? This woman is going through a fresh divorce, fresh off an over a decade conservatorship of not being able to make her own decisions. She's trying to advocate for herself and finally speak up for herself. Finally, after y'all have been blabbing where she couldn't. And now the second she gets to speak out, you're like, ugh, ew, you're still thinking about that I made you had? Ugh, gross. Britney, I'm so happy. I'm great. Stop talking about it, Britney. Like, I hate people. A source close to Justin Timberlake has also revealed that his wife, Jessica Biel, is not taking the news so well, and it's made their household devolve into chaos. Here for the chaos. Here for the chaos. I can imagine that. It's also apparently speculated that Jessica Biel probably didn't even know this information because Justin Timberlake thinks that was a million years ago and doesn't want to talk about it. So imagine hearing that. Imagine hearing that your partner forced someone into an abortion. I can't imagine it would be a nice thing to hear. That's pretty much all we know so far about the book, and I will be buying the book. So there's actually one other thing. Britney Spears explained what it was like to be 15, going around for a record deal. She said, "Larry took me around New York City. I went into rooms full of executives and sang Whitney Houston's I Have Nothing," she writes, "gazing out at rooms full of men in suits looking me up and down in my small dress and high heels, and I sang loud." Now, first of all, her being ogled as a 15-year-old is gross. Britney's been sexualized for so long, which is crazy because she was sexualized, but at the same time, people were like, ew, you have to be a virgin forever. You can't even kiss or else you're a whore. But also, if a 15-year-old is singing I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston, that's what I'd be paying attention to because that song is so hard to sing. Why don't you focus on that, you creeps? Don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt anymore. Don't walk away from me, no. Unless you're Justin, Jamie, Sam, or the rest of them. Then you can walk away. Actually, I would prefer it if you did. She also said that around this time while she was getting ogled, her dad called her fat. Sir, come on now. Stop playing with me. Stop. Like, sir, have you seen you? Have you seen you? Look at her and then look at you. And then look at her next to you and then look at you. Look at all y'all, honestly. Britney really got the good genes because the mama ain't cute, daddy ain't cute, sister ain't cute. And you know why? It's because God don't like ugly. She has never been fat. Never. Not now, not then, not ever. Never been fat. And even if she was heavier, guess what you don't do? Call her fat. Especially if you're her dad. She said it hurt more hearing it from her dad. Obviously, it would. He's just so disgusting. Also, speaking of which, her dad is actually dying. He suffered with alcoholism Britney's entire life. I'm assuming almost the majority of his entire life. He's been in and out of rehab and all that kind of stuff. And now apparently he has an infection and he is fighting for his life out here. And Britney's lame sister, Jamie, is housing him after all that he's done. You know why? Because Jamie got some money from Britney via him too. I don't understand how they live with themselves. And Jamie deserves those thin ass lips. When she posted the face card never declines, oh baby, it's been declined. So he's fighting an infection, and it's actually been said that people have been asking Britney, are they gonna come to some kind of come to Jesus, kumbaya, forgive him moment? And she said no. And I really respect that. Don't forgive that man. He kept you in a prison basically for over a decade. Don't forgive that man. One other thing I found interesting is we all know when Britney Spears shaved her head, she said, I had been eyeballed so much growing up. I'd been looked up and down, had people telling me what they thought of my body since I was a teenager. Shaving my head and acting out were my ways of pushing back, she writes. But under the conservatorship, I was made to understand that those days were now over. I had to grow my hair out and get back into shape. I had to go to bed early and take whatever medication they told me to take. Yeah, that was another thing. They told her to take medication that would make her out of it and more willing to cooperate. Like she's not a human being. But also, I hope that gives context to everyone and the paparazzi that made fun of her so bad when she shaved her head. She was just trying to have autonomy and feel like she had a choice about something. And y'all roasted her for that too. Oh, she's losing it. She's having a mental breakdown. She's mentally ill. And that allowed her parents to further extend that conservatorship, and they all should be sued, and judges that allowed that should be disbarred. Terrible. It's horrible. That's all the news I have on Britney for today. Like I said, I will keep you updated on this story because it's unraveling, baby, and we love to see it. Now, we're going to briefly move on to Amala, which is Doja Cat. I've had my mixed feelings about her because of the chat rooms and the whole situations and her being rude to fans, whatever. I think the girl's really talented. I think she has really good music. Sometimes, although not often for me, I'll be honest, I'm able to overlook the artist for the art. However, I can't do that anymore with Doja. Doja took a picture wearing a Sam Hyde shirt, and for those of you who don't know, Sam Hyde is a known anti-Semitic. He's also racist. He interacts with white supremacists. He's homophobic, he's misogynistic, like all the icks, the most ick a person can be. Just, he's a giant walking ick, and he is publicly these things. So obviously, when people saw Doja Cat wearing him on her shirt, they were like, oh, what the fuck is this? And Doja's response was to repost the same picture, but cropped so you can't see the shirt, and put a bunch of eye-rolling emojis as if she was annoyed that we all told her not to wear a shirt with an anti-Semitic person on it. So now I'm going to read some of the comments from that because girl disappointed doesn't even begin to cover it. I'm not sure if she's trying to get dropped from her label. I'm not sure what the fuck. We're over it. So the comments say, we saw the first post, meaning the uncropped version. Pick me girl for white men. Just want to remind everyone that Sam Hyde donated $5,000 to a neo-Nazi website. That tells you everything you need to know about him and her. Dude, actually, what the fuck? I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. We were wrong.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
What's your obsession with appealing to incels? And now here's the one I found the most interesting. Someone said the Kanye Westification of Doja Cat. Now, for those of you who haven't followed Kanye... Whoops. Okay. Something I found interesting about this is Kanye West actually claims that part of the reason he feels the way he does about Jewish people is because of the people he worked with at his record label and in Hollywood. One thing I thought was interesting to know is Dr. Luke, who Doja Cat works directly under, also the guy who Kesha, is Jewish. Everybody knows she's not happy with him, so maybe that's why she feels that way. But you know who else is Jewish? Doja Cat's mom. And you know who else is Jewish by having a Jewish mother? Doja Cat. So why you would do this and then get annoyed, I don't know. I feel like she's trying to play into the whole, oh, she's the devil, she's the worst marketing because it's been working for her. But how far are you going to take this? It's getting to a point where it's unforgivable. It's just gross. And in a previous video, I had already talked about in her Paint the Town Red video, she drew a picture of a monster that very much resembled some of the first anti-Semitic and anti-Jewish caricatures. At first, my boyfriend and I were like, maybe that's a coincidence. I don't think it is anymore. I really don't. It's been speculated that Doja is just not happy with herself because she keeps doing these things that are in direct conflict with her own culture. And listen, as someone whose father is Jewish, technically that doesn't make me Jewish, but I still eat kosher and, try to respect that because little tea on me. My mom's side is Christian, my dad's side is Jewish. I went to church and also ate kosher. I tried to respect both of them. Maybe that'll piss some people off. I hope it doesn't. But if it does, eat my fucking ass, dude. I don't care. It's my life. And yeah, if you couldn't tell from the schnoz that I've been saying I wanted to get done, that is the Jewish side, okay? So I might not be technically Jewish because it has to be on the mom's side, but I got the schnoz to prove it. I feel like I'm pretty close to what Doja Cat is, half white, half black, Jewish, and seeing her be so denigrating to both sides has been really heartbreaking for me. I think she's so talented and I don't understand what this little self-destructive thing is. I don't know if she thinks she's being quirky, if she thinks she's being cute, but she's very much not. We're all disappointed. We're not having fun. Stick to the music and quit trying to be fucking funny because you're not. And that was proven on your Hot Ones episode, girl. You're lame as hell. She was eating the Hot Ones wings, which first of all, hope I get big enough to be on Hot Ones. Please. I love spicy food. If you haven't seen my video of me eating the chip, go watch that. But she would like eat something and then be like, oh, pussy, dick. And I'm like, are you 12?
There we go. There we go. Game face on.
Penis pussy.
And
you're not funny anymore. You're not endearing. You're not cute. You're not charming. You're just pissing everyone off. And you're guiding everyone away from ever wanting to support you ever again. Get it the fuck together. Amala. Really pretty name though. Ugh. So that's about all I have. I have to take my cat to the vet. If I missed anything, please let me know. Editing me here. Just hopping in to let you know we have a development in my last video, which if you didn't see it was the Sniperwolf and Jacksfilms video. I will link it in the description and put a pin card up right here for you to click for your convenience. I would suggest watching that video before listening to this because otherwise it won't make sense. So Sniperwolf has apologized. I know you can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes because what in the chat GPT? And YouTube has finally responded. And wouldn't you know it, they're both just big old stinkers. They are both big old flops and we knew that they would be. Okay, so Team YouTube responded saying, confirming Sniperwolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community, and the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Hoping everyone helps move this convo to a better place. Now, obviously, when we're talking about one YouTuber doxing the other, this statement was not what people wanted to hear, and it took YouTube forever. Moist Critical actually talked about it, and he said that while this is a punishment, this monetization suspension could last 10 hours and then be over with.
Apparently, thank you to Zach James, OBZ, on Twitter. He tweeted out that turns out vidIQ has a plugin showing when videos are monetized or not. Using that plugin, it shows that only Sniperwolf's most recent video has ads turned off, whereas all her other videos are still shown to be monetized. And Zach James does follow that up with, it's unfortunate YouTube lost our trust on this situation. 7 days to respond, temporary removal of ads, and saying fault falls on both sides. Otherwise, I wouldn't have posted about this. Since it's a third-party program, that could be wrong. However, given the loss of trust, I felt it was worth pointing out what vidIQ was showing me. Oh, and then he also goes on to say that when you're not signed in, apparently YouTube still features her videos on the front page, and he said he saw 5 of them on the homepage compared to just one mr.beast video. And he did include screenshots, but then I also looked personally, and I had 2 on mine.
Everyone was expecting her to be kicked off the platform and for YouTube to step up and show they don't play favorites because everyone knows that they do. Otherwise, people like James Charles, people like her, people like Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, they would not be on the platform. But they are. So everyone was like, YouTube, seriously, you took so long to come out with a response and you're fence sitting and saying we need to see both sides? Like, what did Jacksfilms do that deserved that? In the last video, I admitted that his constant videos of Sniperwolf was a little bit intense and a little bit much, but did that mean he deserved to get doxxed? No, it didn't. And he also wasn't violating terms of service or anything like that. So now on to her womp womp of an apology. She said, let me start by saying I'm sorry for my recent actions. It is inexcusable. When you have an apology that says I'm sorry for my actions, but they don't go into why, I'm already giving it a side eye. I'm sorry to Jacksfilms, YouTube, and the entire creator community, and my incredible fans for not being a better example for appropriate conflict resolution. Jacksfilms, while we certainly don't see eye to eye and have our differences, I am sorry for reacting the way I did when I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults and professionals resolve conflict by communicating directly, respectfully, and privately, not for views or content, but a meaningful example of how conflict should be solved. This is real repetitive and redundant, girl. Say what you did, address the person. I hate when people are also like, I'm apologizing for the greater good of the world. Like, no, address the person you're actually apologizing to and quit all this virtue signaling bullshit. I will reach out directly and hope we can find some time to connect and communicate respectfully. I'd also like to thank YouTube for holding me accountable. I deserve it. Respect the decision and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment. It wasn't a lapse in judgment. You were plotting it for hours. You posted it on your story that you were going to show up at his house. Wasn't a lapse in judgment to start filming the outside of his house. You know exactly what you were doing. Wasn't a lapse in judgment to be beefing with this man on Twitter, talking about his hairline and all this kind of shit for so long before any of this happened. It wasn't a lapse in judgment. And then after you did all this, you went and joked about it and said, oh, if I show up at your house, what are you doing? Was that a lapse in judgment too? Because you continue to make lapses in judgment. You might want to get your head checked. And if she wanted to apologize, I really think what you should do is talk privately first. Don't make your public statement, which I'm sure was part of the agreement with YouTube. They're probably like, girl, you gotta look sorry, okay? Give us something. You have to look at least a little sorry, even if you're not. She should have talked to Jacksfilms first, and then after, that's when you tweet. Jacksfilms and I have had a conversation privately, and we've handled this behind the scenes. Thank you for your patience. I apologize for my actions. This was just a big L for everybody involved, especially YouTube. Very disappointing behavior.
And now people are also digging back and finding old stuff. This one says, Sniperwolf is being accused of commercial sexualization of minors after a video she posted back in 2014 has resurfaced where she asks young-looking individuals to twerk in exchange for favors, showing her breasts. And then she privated it. Oh my god, she literally says, twerk for me, I'll show tits. I love a big ass. Twerk.
And they're like young.
More things have continued to come out about Sniperwolf, and this one is more disturbing than the last, honestly. I'm not gonna play the video, but a Twitter user named The Real Sully G says, another Sniperwolf video has been unearthed where she has a 16-year-old girl flash her. That moment is featured, albeit censored, in the video with over 2 million views, and that is the most replayed moment. Team YouTube, how is this content allowed to stay on your platform? So apparently this is literally still on her YouTube channel, and it's titled Girl on Omegle, and it's literally Sniperwolf chatting with an alleged 16-year-old, and it shows a screenshot of the video and the chat where the stranger suggests that they show each other their boobs, and Sniperwolf says, you first. And then I guess in the video, she proceeds to do what she said.
But yeah, that is the update. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, listen to my music. I gotta go. My cats are playing with stuff. They make me so scared they're gonna tip my camera over. And I will see you next time. Bye.
I'ma leave you on red. Yeah, I know you want me. You better get in line. I'm everybody's dream girl. See me